Hello, and welcome to the fiscal year 2026 Creative Aging Initiative introductory webinar. My name is Samantha Clark. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the Program Officer for Arts Education and Lifelong Learning at the New Jersey State Council on the Arts. I'm a millennial white woman with light blonde hair, light blue-gray eyes, and today I am wearing a bright pink blazer and black top, and I am sitting in front of a very stuffed bookcase. This webinar is an overview of the Creative Aging Initiative, including an overview of eligibility requirements. We ask that you carefully review the published grant guidelines to ensure that both your organization and your proposed projects are eligible for this opportunity. The Creative Aging Initiative, or CAI, provides state funds to eligible arts organizations, libraries, veterans' homes, senior and community centers, colleges and universities, and units of government to cover the costs of arts learning experiences for New Jersey older adults. Successful applicants will receive $10,000 for each year of the 2-year grant cycle for a total of $20,000, pending available resources. A CAI project is defined as an arts-based learning experience that directly engages older adults for multiple sessions. For our purposes, older adults is defined as adults aged 55 and older. Each session must be led by a teaching artist experienced in arts-based learning for older adults and can engage the participants in any art form. Creative aging programming must be offered without charge to participants. An arts learning experience is one that is led by an experienced teaching artist and whose primary focus is to develop and build upon arts learning skills with their participants. Projects may be sequential and build to a project culmination, such as a teaching artist-led residency, or they may be in a series of individual workshops that focus on skill building and development in the performing, visual, media, or literary arts. Projects in years 1 and 2 may build upon one another to address one community need, or they may be separate offerings to address 2 or more community needs. The purpose of CAI is to provide free arts-based learning for adults aged 55 and older. Therefore, grant funds cannot be applied to activities such as attendance at events or performances, gallery openings, lectures, talks, etc. These components may be offered for the participating population as a support activity, but must be supplemented with alternative funding. Projects that charge a fee for participation, or those whose sessions include non-performing visual, media, or literary arts activities, are ineligible for funding. Ineligible activities include, but are not limited to, art therapy or rehabilitative programming, comedy, culinary arts including decoration, floral and environmental arts including floral arranging and gardening, martial arts including Tai Chi and other wellness-based movement and exercise, yoga, Pilates, meditation, or other wellness-based movement or mindfulness. The guidelines are your primary source for organizational and project eligibility. We encourage you to carefully review the published grant guidelines to ensure that both your organization and your proposed projects are eligible for this opportunity. Please ensure that your organization is incorporated in the state of New Jersey as a nonprofit organization. Eligible organizations include libraries, veterans' homes, senior centers, community centers, colleges and universities, and units of government. Please ensure that your organization is tax exempt by determination of the Internal Revenue Service, is an organization in good standing with the New Jersey Department of State, is current with New Jersey's Charities Registration Bureau and Division of Revenue Requirements, and is registered in the Federal System for Award Management, or SAM, and have its CAGE and UEI codes. Please also ensure that your organization is compliant with all pertinent state and federal regulations. When considering your project, please ensure that your organization has experience working with creative aging or arts-based learning for older adults for 2 years or more. that it's governed by an independent board of directors responsible for the governance and administration of the organization, its programs and finances. Employs at least one half-time administrative person, 20 hours per week at minimum, responsible for contributing to the administrative oversight of the organization. Primarily serves New Jersey communities. Provides a location that is barrier-free and accessible to all participants, and demonstrates capacity to support a teaching artist and their programming. We know that there is a lot of information contained in the CHI guidelines. We want to highlight several important dates to help you successfully navigate through the application process. The application will be released in Sage on January 7th, 2025. The application will be due in Sage on February 27th at 12:00 p.m. noon. Please note that late submissions will not be accepted for any reason, including technical or human error. Applicants are strongly urged to submit applications well before the deadline. For information on how Sage works, please view our short webinar on Sage led by Robert Warshinsky, Director of Operations. If you have questions regarding the CHI guidelines or application, you can register for a virtual office hour. During virtual office hours, staff will be available via Zoom to answer general questions about the guidelines and/or application process. You can register for any of these sessions through the Arts Council's website. Please read the guidelines thoroughly prior to joining us for a virtual office hour. CHI is now a 2-year grant period pending available funding. Year 1 will begin on July 1st, 2025 and end June 30th, 2026. Year 2 will begin July 1st, 2026 and end on June 30th, 2027. A contract will be executed for each of the grants, and a final report will be required 30 days after the end of each grant period. If you have questions regarding the guidelines or application process, you are welcome to sign up for a virtual office hour or contact Samantha Clark, me, by email or phone. For questions regarding the Sage system, please view the Sage webinar on the Arts Council's website or contact Robert Warshinsky by email or phone. Please note the volume of assistance increases as the grant deadline approaches. We encourage you to reach out early to ensure that your concerns are being addressed ahead of the deadline. Thank you for your interest in the Creative Aging Initiative.